Hello and welcome back to Gimmy's Quickies, where the rule is I have 1 hour of gameplay to make up my mind and then write a review. The goal of this series isn't to give a full synopsis of the games that I'm playing, but instead, give my perspective on the feel of the game's ability to grab you and keep you wanting to play. Today's game, we're going to do something a little different. We're playing an alpha release of a game that is soon to come. It's called Big Boy Boxing. I was given the alpha build by the developers to try out. Since this is more of a demo than a full build of the game, I'm gonna judge based on that. Starting up the game, you're informed that it is an alpha build, and you have the opportunity to demo each of the 7 different opponents or take a tutorial. Of course, I started with the tutorial, where your opponent is a punching bag. You learn how to dodge left, dodge right, and dodge back, as well as throw several punches, including your power move or lightning attack, which is a charge jab directly at your foe. You also learn that power moves from side to side. Flashing yellow is a weak spot that you should hit every time, so you can charge up your lightning meter. Now you start with 3 hit points, meaning you can be hit 3 times before you're out and the game is over, which I did see a lot of. An awful lot. An absurd amount. Nothing makes me feel more inept than spending more time on the retry page than I actually did playing the game, but I digress. So, do you like what I'm doing? Don't forget to subscribe, drop a like, leave a comment below. I make it a point to respond to every single person who comments within the first 48 hours of a new release. Before I get too into it, let's get on with some ratings. Gameplay, 3.5 out of 5 gems. This gameplay, it's fast, it's action-packed. Even the tutorial posed a challenge for my extremely reflex challenge self. I really didn't see any bugs or anything to speak of for my entire play. Switching from keyboard to controller, it was flawless and seamless. I could even do it mid-battle like I had tested. The characters you're up against have a diverse pattern set of moves that they use, with split-second indicators of what they're about to do. You really have to pay attention and have quick reflexes in order to play this game. Graphics, 4 out of 5 gems. While it is pixel art graphics, they are extremely stylized, comic book, new school design, fluid animations as well, and every single character is extremely well drawn, intricately planned, and you could tell that they spent a lot of time really working on the look and feel of the game. If this is what the alpha has in store, I cannot wait to play the full game. It certainly will not disappoint. Difficulty, 5 out of 5 gems. The game is brutal. You need near Jedi reflexes to not only anticipate what's about to happen with some of the opponents, you also need to have quick eyes to see what is flashing yellow so that you can hit it before you even get hit. One opponent in particular gave me an extremely hard time. That would be Trigger Happy, a young girl with a hammer the size of a Buick. And she ain't afraid of swinging that frickin' hammer to flatten you immediately. Honestly, Elden Ring's Malenia gave me less of a hard time than Trigger Happy. And I did beat Malenia. I did not ever beat Trigger Happy. Cue the montage of my game over screen. I did come close a few times, but never actually succeeded in felling her. The fights are almost unfair with how brutal they can be. The fight with Mr. Adulty Man, which seems to be 3 kids in a trench coat, was actually one of my favorite gags. It was particularly also unfair where the longer you fought, the harder it got. Knock one kid out of the coat, well, now he's got a glove on a stick to bash you across the ring. Knock another one out, and now you're dodging pillows on top of being pummeled from all sides. Soundtrack, 3.5 out of 5 gems. The soundtrack for this game, even being in alpha, it's actually pretty nice. It fits well, doesn't appear to feel like an afterthought, and each one of the characters has an intro where the music perfectly suits them. Like I said before, it feels a lot like they've had tons of care and thought put into this game. Immersion, 3 out of 5 gems. Even being just a demo, the immersion factor for this game, it's high. Incredibly high. You don't have a choice. Either you're immersed or you're dead. And if you die as many times as I did, you may start shouting like a pox-riddled sailor. So yeah, it is incredibly hard. But that's actually what makes this game more fun. More than once in my playtime, I actually had to stand up, walk away from my computer, and take a breather just so I would quit biting my cheek trying to hit just the right patterns. You do have to focus on the game or you will simply just get too frustrated to play. There is no in-between here, and since there's only one mode, there's likely no way to make it easier on you. Overall rating, 3.8 out of 5 gems. Even being an alpha, I was gobsmacked at the quality of this game. I had a lot of fun. While there isn't much right now in terms of story or progression, the battle system is hand over fist one of the best I've seen since 1987, which is the original release of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! This feels like a much grander successor to it, even if it's kind of like a mix between like Punch-Out! And Ed, Edd n Eddy. I had a blast, and I know once the full game is out there, you will too. So hurry up and wishlist it at the link in the description below. Final thoughts. Since we really don't have a price point for the game at this time, I guess the question is, should you get excited for the upcoming release of Big Boy Boxing? So if you like boxing games, Souls-likes, ridiculously hard games, look no further. This game has all of that, and I'm sure there will be more coming soon. I personally cannot wait to see where this goes. It's going to be incredible. And I'm sure there will be much more expletives shouted in the future. So I hope you had as much fun watching as I did recording this video. It is truly a labor of love for me, and I appreciate each and every one of you too. If you have a game that you'd like me to play, leave it in the comments below and I'll get to it soon. I hope that you have the greatest of days, because remember, it is always a great day to have a great day. Bye for now.